Thank you. Good afternoon. I'm Joe Crowley, communications representative for Ty Gibbs, and the Reagan Toyota Camry XE. Dennis Quaid's running a little late, so we're just going to run ahead with Ty right now. Ty, obviously, you have Ronald Reagan in your car this week.
Yes, Joe.
Thank you. Your opening thoughts, sir.
What?
Your opening thoughts.
I'm really excited. This is going to be a really fun weekend. And to have the Reagan movie on our car is awesome, and to have Dennis here is going to be really fun. So I feel like this is the best place to do it at Daytona. This is a really cool racetrack. I feel like the audience is great here always. So hopefully we have a great weekend, and we can go have a clean race, and play it safe and be there at the end, or play it how it is at the end.
We do have a mic run around here. We'll start with Matt Weaver over here.
Matt Weaver, Sports Nut. I'm going to make fun of your age for a minute first. Have you seen a Dennis Quaid movie?
Yes, I have. I watched one on Netflix the other day. I can't remember the name of it, but I watched it. I was making sure I was having to do my research on Dennis.
Your homework.
Yeah, but before I met him a couple weeks ago, not at all. I didn't really know too much, and the best part is I hung out with him for a little bit, and all my friends that watch Dennis movies are like, "You're hanging out with Dennis," and I'm like, we were just hanging out in the shop talking about he's talking about his old cars and stuff like that. I really didn't know. I just feel like I'm just hanging out with Dennis, I guess. No clue.
Yeah, and then just one technical racing Daytona related question. Obviously you're on the bubble. There's a lot of moving parts. There's appeals out there. This is an opportunity race, and I know winning here would be a huge accomplishment for you guys. There's also protecting points and stage racing, all that stuff too. What is kind of the general mentality going into this weekend?
Yeah, I think for us, I feel like we have a pretty good gap now at 40 points, I believe, or 39 points. So I think it's you get good stage points, but after that, I think you just have to finish the race and kind of stay out of the mess, and play look at the big picture, because I don't think you can. It's really hard to win one of these. I think at the end of the day, it's down to the luck of the draw at the end of the race of what position you're in and where you're at. And usually those areas of where you're at where you can go win is where the most crashes happen. So you just have to play it safe. It's just a hard one because you just really don't know what's going to happen. Yep.
Ben.
Ty, Ben White with Fayetteville Observer and USA Today. What types of movies do you like to watch if you do have? I know your time's kind of limited, but what kind of movies do you like to watch?
I like to watch, I guess, all movies. I was in a rhythm where I was watching a lot of them. But I like, action movies. I love sci-fi movies, honestly. I loved Interstellar a lot. I feel like I love a lot of stuff. I don't really, my genre is really, really big, honestly.
Jerry Jordan.
Jerry Jordan, Kicking the Tires. I actually have two. So how familiar are you with the Reagan and the Reagan administration and the presidency, and the history of the movie here?
Yeah, it's really cool. So I'm going to go to the premiere in Nashville on Sunday. So I've not seen the movie yet, and to be able to represent and run the Reagan car is really special. Like I said, especially at this racetrack, and I think. I guess it was 40 years ago or so that he and Petty won while he was here. So it's cool to have that all happen around the same time. So I'm really excited. This should be really fun, and hopefully we can go win. That'd be really cool.
And obviously, you were talking about finishing this race clean and just kind of staying out of trouble. But we know that sometimes doesn't happen. What is your strategy for getting through this race? Do you go to the back? Do you go to the front? I mean, what's the best that you've seen so far to get past Daytona?
Yeah, I don't really know. I think you probably honestly know more than I do about this one. This place is definitely tough in its own way, and staying out of the crashes is really hard because you think you're out of the area where you're going to get crashed. That when you pull back out or whatever you do, and then you get crashed in that area. So it's really hard to get through it clean, I guess, in a way. It's either all the way at the front two rows, or in the back. That's the hard part. So I think for us, it's just really important to get stage points. We have a good gap with 40 points, I believe. So we just have to have good stage points for the first two, and I think the last one you just have to finish the race. Honestly, I just don't think it's worth wrecking out and losing that to whoever goes and if another car wins it, that's not locked in. This is a yard sale race, I believe, and you just have to play it safe. Yeah.
Dust.
Yeah, you probably have more experience in watching these than I do, so that's
We'll
what I
go
was saying.
Dustin, then Holly.
Dustin Long, NBC Sports. Ty, with working with Chris Gale, how did you build to the comfort level? I think about a race like last week where there's a lot of different things going on. Different drivers want different things. He's explaining a lot to you and giving you a lot of that information. Some drivers wouldn't want that, but just how you guys have gotten to the point where you've built this comfortable relationship and can have a different type of race like last week and not maybe question or at least openly question and come out with more of a gap.
Yeah, I think they just did a good job with their strategy last week, and for me, I feel like it's best for me just to honestly just tell them what's wrong with the car and what I need with the car, and then if they can make the adjustments to go and race and play the right strategy, that's just the best relationship I can honestly ask for. I know they work really hard and all the stuff we're doing, and we're all learning as well. So it's been fun, and it's been a grind for sure. But I've really had a fun time, and I think they've been working really well. Same with my two engineers as well. They've been doing a good job and putting in a lot of time, and we're close.
And the experience of last year, you're in obviously a different position right now, but just how that, if it helped or what did you learn from going through last year's experience of being close and trying to get into a playoff spot and not getting it?
Yeah, I learned that it's definitely nice to be locked in before you go to Daytona. That's for sure. And I just a lot of experience, and I learned so much last year, and still learn a lot now, and I'm sure for the rest of my career. But the experience level is just the most important, and how getting used to how the weeks are, and how everything is at the top level. It just takes some time to get used to, and that's what I feel like I've been doing, and I think my team's been doing as well. And my crew chief has had some years in the Cup Series as well with Eric Jones. So, we're all learning, but mostly I'm learning and enjoying it. Yeah.
Holly.
Hi, Ty. Holly Kane with the NASCAR Wire Service. Is it even possible for this race to become more dramatic or more action-packed? I mean, when you look at it, that's kind of what you have anyway. But as we're getting closer to the playoffs, races tend to get a little crazier. I mean, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, definitely races are, I feel like near the cut line are pretty crazy, and especially this one. This one's a lot. There's a lot going on, but I feel like it'd be fun if I could win it. That'd be really great. But definitely a lot, I guess, dramatic in a way. I don't know if anybody's gonna get hooked this weekend or not, but I think Richmond was probably the most dramatic, honestly. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like this is always an action-packed race, and I think it's always a little entertaining as well. There's a lot on the line.
We'll go Owen and then Bob.
Thanks. Hi, Ty. Owen Johnson, Cupscene.com. It looked like you went dirt racing at Millbridge this week. How important is it for you to race in some of these other disciplines?
I think it's fun. It's a hobby of mine. I've grown up racing a lot of different things, from bicycles to go-karts to now in the Cup Series. So it's fun, gives me something to do, and I really enjoy it. Really do enjoy it.
How does the process to get approved for those races work with the team, and has it changed at all since bringing in Briscoe?
I don't really know on the bringing in like what they're
Since the
doing with
announcement.
Briscoe, but Millbridge has always been an option. I grew up racing there. It's really close to where we live, so it's easy.
Bob.
Bob Pockers, Fox Sports. I know you prefer practice most of the time. With the new right side air deflector, like, do you have questions on how it'll work?
I just honestly saw a picture like 15 minutes ago, so I didn't even know that was on there, and I don't really know what it does. So they said it's supposed to make it drive better in the corners, I think. So we'll see. I would like practice for sure. It's nice. Yeah, practice is really helpful. I wish we could have more of it. Good help a lot.
Do you wonder, like, are you going to need to maybe draft more during the race than you normally would just to see what it would do?
Yeah, I think, I mean, of course you're going to feel it out and acknowledge that it's there, but at the same time, I mean, you just have to go racing right away. That's the kind of box we're in now. So you have one shot at it in qualifying, then you go right to the race. Just got to wing it.
Any other questions for anybody in here? Thank you very much. We
Thank you.
appreciate it.
It's like
All right, there's the checkered flag. Great job, driver.